Welcome, dear souls. So this is Agape from Enter Agape, and today I'm coming to you with a reading about self-love. This is how I heard it when I was meditating. So for me, this is ways which Spirit is guiding us, the collective, to look at certain areas that we need to focus on in order to love ourselves. Because what we want is this love of self. And the way I see it is that this self-love with this divinity card and with the Hierophant card is something very spiritual that is actually connected with the God inside of us. So in a way, I would read out those cards because I've already pulled some cards to know what's the overall energy about. It's like the God inside us. This is how I interpret it. The love of self is like loving the God inside of us. And so how the way to this place is to start to acknowledge that we have some internal conflict, because this was actually one of the first cards that came out, and it said about conflict and the lack of communication. And I like the image because they are so opposite. So for me it's somehow connected. I feel it. It's like the internal parts we have that are in conflict, and you can take it also like conscious and subconscious, however it resonates, because you are not paying attention to what is happening inside of you. And for some people that is also connected with the past lives, and I can see like family here. So maybe for some people it's like a lack of this blueprint of what self-love is, coming from your generations or coming from your past life. And of course we all come from the source, which is love. It's just that somehow in a way we can forget about it because it's been repressed or it's been so long ago. But this is how I'm getting that this internal conflict with self-love somehow can come for some of you from past lives or the family issues. And so the parts inside of you are not communicating, and there is like a struggle, internal struggle, to realize that it's an internal struggle. This conflict is taking all the thoughts, consuming all the thoughts. So if there's not even place for self-love, and that's why you need to be more aware. This card says awareness. So once you are more aware, once you are becoming more aware of the internal dialogue inside of you, you can now realize what's there you need to leave behind, because there's something that you need to leave behind. So like a thought program, or maybe a person or a situation, or the pain or the emotion, in order for the self-love to develop. And that is requiring a conversation. And for some of you it might be conversation with external person that will guide you, help you, like a therapist or a healer, like me for example. But the most feeling I get from this card is like talking to your internal self. So like talking with your parts, or just with yourself, asking yourself questions, and kind of being more aware of the internal communication. And in order to do that, you need to stay more in a present situation, stay in present, like in here and now, in order for this voice to appear, for this internal voice to be heard. So this card says internal voice, and I think it's a very beautiful imagery. You need to stay more present. This card says about being in the present. And this, therefore, turn you towards a new way. This is like a beginning of a new way for you, of looking at things that are happening in your life, and looking at the self-imposed prison you've put yourself in with this lack of love. And this all has to be simplified. This card says about simplicity. I love the color. It's also like, for me, a heart color in a way. So once things are simplified, you're able to hear your internal voice and start to change your vibration, because this card is about vibration, and it says about the change in the vibration. And once you're open for the love, which for me represent this kind, this is like the ultimate feminine energy. So this is like receiving. So it also tells for me about ways in which you need to learn to receive love, because maybe you've been not taught to do that, because you don't have this blueprint in yourself, and you need to develop that to learn to receive love, and then therefore change the vibration. And this is the change, because this card is a change, that is changing your vibration, this changing of the attitude. And this card, was also one of the first cards that came out. It says that love conquers all. So in a way, I would say you need to open up for love, for all those troublesome thoughts, those troublesome patterns to dissolve, to learn the love pour into you. And I'm gonna see what else is there in this message about self-love. So let me see. What else, Spirit? Okay, 10 of Cups. So this is like ultimate wish fulfillment. So this is where you're heading for this ultimate wish fulfillment, and it's in you once you're open to receive love, and once you started. And it all starts with listening to yourself, to what are those parts communicating with you, because in the end you are reaching this point of divinity. So for me, those two cards is like the divinity inside of you. Wow, that's a very beautiful energy. I want to see what else can I channel about this self-love process. A 7 of Swords talks about troublesome situation and some pain and some deception and fighting. Yes, so with this fighting card, you need to release the fight inside of you. This is how I see it. You need to, in order for love to appear, you need to release fear. That's very simple. You can not have love and fear at the same time. You have either love or fear. So for me, it says release any anxiety, release any struggle, choose love. I'm going to see what else can we channel for the love, this process of self-love. What does it require? Many cards. I'm going to see them all. Transform worrisome thoughts. This was just what I was saying. Be aware of anything you're worrying about. What do you want when you're worried? How much power do you lose, and from what part of your body? Your goal, to observe how much worrying affects your health, and to counter the stress of this emotion with prayer and positive action. Yeah, this is just a perfect confirmation. You choose love, yeah? And to do that, you need to kind of cut the bullshit, let's say. Use your wisdom. Dedicate yourself to wisdom on this day. Acknowledge one of the greatest truths you've learned and apply this truth to your life in some way. Your goal, to use your wisdom and feel how powerful it is when you take it from thought to action. So this is like, for me, very simple. You can choose, for example, you've learned how to breathe cyclically, or you how to do the breath work, and once you get into those worrisome thoughts, you start to breathe, or you just start to relieve the emotions. Whatever technique you've obtained, whatever you've learned, it's now time to start to using it. So it's not just about knowledge, it's about using it in action. So someone wise said to me recently that the biggest distance in this world is from what we know to how we behave, because we might have so much knowledge, but when it comes to action, we're stuck in the same patterns. So for me, this card says use your wisdom. Whatever you know already that can help you, just use it. Practice visualization. Visualize what you need to heal or create in your life. The image needs to fill all 7 chakras. So continuously place this picture into each of them. With your breath, animate those images, bring them to life, and feel your own being. Your goal, to practice and believe in the power of visualization. So in the context of self-love, I would say maybe It's the ways in which you feel you are loved in all those 7 chakras. So for example, I feel love, I see love, I understand love, I am love, I hear love, something like this. And you can imagine yourself in all those different situations concerning those different actions and kind of bring it to life in your etherical body and live in the moment. So this is like a strong confirmation with this card and with this simplicity card, just to live in the moment, because there's no space for all those occupying thoughts, and the love can pour in automatically, I would say. On this day, strive to live in the moment. Only speak about positive things in your life and avoid bringing up the past, especially negative memories or situation. Your goal: to experience how difficult it is to live in the present. Yes, I can relate to that. Healing is rapidly enhanced when you are focused in the now. So kind of being here and now seems to be the big clue here. I'm just gonna see one final card. What is the advice for people learning to self-love? Okay, so music might be important for you, because music might have a tendency to change your frequency with this vibration card and uplift you in a way and help you to release also some of the emotions. And maybe some music can make you feel that you are in love. Intention, so to put like conscious intention out there. I'm going to love myself, I'm going to find out how it feels like, what it means to me. And thoughts, so taking care about your thoughts. This is like a combination for this card, yeah, to be conscious of your thoughts. And disco, so it's like a music and disco. Maybe you need to go out somewhere, or maybe you need to dance. Maybe this is a call for you to dance, for some of you, definitely. And what else can we channel, like for the self-love process? Any other advice? Okay, and so for me this card says about the logical mind, which tends to get in those loops, because this card actually says you need to think logically, but in general this card tells about like a loss and like lie. So it tells me that the logical mind, and for me this logical mind would be the cactus here, it sometimes lie to you because it tells you all those troublesome ideas, and you need to really focus on that in a way to release it for the love to pour in. Oh, and I'm being guided now to use the small book from the Course in Miracles, and I'm just gonna open it randomly. Above all else, I want to see. Lesson 27. Recognizing that what I see reflects that what I think I am, I realize the vision is my greatest need. The world I see attests to the fearful nature of the self-image I have made. If I would remember who I am, it is essential that I let this image of myself go. As it is replaced by truth, vision will surely be given me. And with this vision, I will look upon the world and on myself with clarity and love. Exactly, so all the false images you have about yourself in your mind, you need to release that. But in order to release that, you need to become more present, to hear the voice internally inside of you. And so to gain this inner wisdom is this inner knowledge through talking to yourself, in order to even realize that. And once you realize that, you can choose to release it, because this is just a false image that is not true. Whatever your mind is saying, whatever we see here in this reality, whatever we project, it is not even real, because the only real thing is the power, which is love, because there's only one power in this universe. And you need to go back to this state of love. And once you just release this baggage, this pattern, the love can pour into you automatically, because there are no obstacles and there's basically nothing else you can do or you should do. And this is the way I see it from the cards, and I hope this message resonated and it was of any help. And I will be very thankful for sharing, liking and subscribing. and each and one of you that watches and visits my channel, it's like a pleasure to meet you, and I'm so happy and so grateful for all of you, and thank you for watching. See you.